this in half, did one simple cut, and then pressed it on top of here and kind of took my finger around it and punched it through. I wasn't for the measurements, and you could obviously put it into your Cricut, or if you have I have a Silhouette Cameo, and made the whole exact by measuring this right here, which I think is like 0.8 inches. If you want to do that, then that's what you would do. You get all up in the mix with it, okay? Yeah, but I didn't do that. I just simply put a hole in it. So now I have my satin here. Okay, isn't that beautiful? All right. So I'm going to take the rest of my satin now. If you go on Amazon, you can buy the satin. And once I get my Shopify store set up, because baby girl, baby girl right here don't know. I don't know much about the, let's say the schematics of like all of those programs in the Shopify. I just learned. I already learned Silhouette Studio, and I just learned Photoshop. Well, this is going to be a stole. I'm going to show you guys another video how to press your stole. I think I did one already, but we're going to do another one. Why not? Okay. So anyway, here's my satin. Of course, you have the shimmery side here. Nice and shimmery. We're going to lay this on, we're going to lay it on butcher paper first. Let me see if I can bring it around. Or at least let me get you focused on the heat press over here. Let me see, can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. I'm gonna move that box because that's my nail table, my nail tech table that I just bought. I'm gonna move that out the way, but you guys should be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, so let's get started here. All right, I have my heat press heated up, nice and hot. I'm going to take a piece of butcher paper. Now, you always want to inspect your butcher paper because this one has some coloring up there that I don't trust, especially on this beautiful white satin. So I'm going to break me off another piece. Okay. Now I cut out my here's a big piece here. So as you can see on the side of here, I have the parchment paper. I believe I got this from the Dollar Tree. I want to say this is the Dollar Tree parchment paper. You can use that. And I also just have a basic, now this is definitely Dollar Tree. I don't know about that one, but wax paper. Okay. I like the parchment paper better. It's just a preference of mine. So all I'm going to do now is get my heat tape. You always want to make sure, it's the first rule of thumb with sublimation is to make sure that you have your image mirrored or, flipped horizontal, flip horizontally would be in both actually. If you do it in Adobe Acrobat, then you go up to properties, you choose your printer, go into the properties of that printer, and then you click mirror. You go into more options. You have your basic tab that you're on. You click more options, and then at the very bottom, it'll say mirror image, and you click on that, and the check mark goes into that. If you're doing it out of Silhouette Studio, then you can just flip the image horizontally, group everything together, flip horizontally, and then send it to your printer. If you forget and then you get all the way to the printer where it says print, then you can do the same thing I just told you, like an Acrobat Studio, Adobe Acrobat, which is go up to properties in your printer settings, go to the second tab that says more options, and then push mirror image. Okay. So what I did, I'm gonna pull this out. what I did with this satin is I cut it out. I wasn't worried about it being neat and it's, you know, it's jagged around the edges. But you're not going to see the edges on this because it's going to go between the picture, the satin, and cardstock going to go on. Okay. So right now, all I'm doing is pressing my image onto my satin. Make sure it's up there. Okay. I'm going to do this. Now, the reason why I cut out the hole before I press it is that way I know where to cut it once it gets onto the, when it gets to the part of having to cut the hole into the satin. So I'm purposely leaving a hole here so that once I press it, I know it's easy then. I know where to cut, obviously, because you can see there's no picture there. So I'm just placing this in the middle. I don't even really feel like I need heat tape because the square I made is large enough. I gave it enough parameters, you know, enough of an edge left, you know, on all four sides so that it can flip into the cardstock. So I'm gonna just lay some parchment paper down first and then after, just in case there might be something on. And ooh, that's the worst. Safety note, safety note. Jesus. The sharp part of, oh my Lord, it gets me like every freaking time. All right. But then it acts like it's not sharp enough to cut the paper here. But honey, it will cut your skin. So I'm just gonna lay this down. Into here. And I'm going to do 60 seconds. Okay. I will say I am getting better. Oh, okay, you can't reach your back. I am getting better with keeping my office neat. Okay. So right here I have my candle stuff, my nail stuff, my graduation stuff, my printers are here. My heat, anything dealing with heat, I keep over here. So you have your the hot glue gun, you have your laminate, which heats up, you have your mini press over here, which heats up. You have your flat irons, because you need that in here too for different projects you could use it for. And then my rhinestone, which uses heat to apply. So anything with heat, I put over here. I have my mini press over here. Okay. I don't use that anymore, actually. Because who the heck, that's for an emergency, basically. My other heat press like this, and it was a swing one, it stopped working. Like it needed a fuse or something, and I spent all this time and energy trying to like buy a fuse and all of the craziness, and it still didn't work. I broke down and got this one. I had to go ahead and get, in the meantime, I had to get the heat press, the manual one. No. And then I finally broke down and said, you know what? Let me just go ahead. So I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to bring it over here before I kill it. I'm going to turn this off because I don't like having my heat press on. I'm a little scared after my other one did what it did. And I don't know why it did it. I think the home that I was renting at the time, and I think that home didn't have, it needed an upgraded, whatchamacallit. It needed can you guys see that? Where's my hand? Okay, y'all can see that. All right, so I believe the home that I was in, I'm gonna move this out the way so we can focus on one thing at a time here, child. Something else from Amazon. Y'all know that's so constant. And I know you guys can see that I did a tiling video on how to tile your I'm trying to get in the habit of being neat, especially from doing videos now, doing my YouTube channel. Okay, now pull up my stool here. So let's get the big reveal here. Let's see how it turned out. Whoa. Amazing. That's all I can say. Absolutely, 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 absolutely amazing. Okay. I mean, beautiful. The picture, the image is just, wow. That's so nice. So this is what you have over here on your sublimation. Goes in the trash. And look at that. Oh man. I did this in Photoshop. That's beautiful. That's absolutely gorgeous. All right, so now that I'm done being so in awe of my work here, I'm going to I'm gonna go ahead with a white cardstock. Okay. Move it to the side here. So with my white cardstock, I am just going to, and actually, let's pull out the biggie. My cutter. So all my cutting stuff is over there. Just giving you guys some tidbits on things that I had to learn the hard way. And one of the things I had to learn the hard way is keeping a better, keeping things more organized, okay? So that was a little hard for me. So this, I can tell you, is, let's see, this is 9. And I'm knowing that because there's a measuring thing here. So this is 9. I'm just curious, is this 9? This is 8. What about this? 8.5. All right. So 8.5 would cut his face in. Oh, no. Okay. Oh. So it's a little bit more up here. Let me see something. Just to make sure. Oh, it is. So some of this baby's feet is going to come off of here. So let's do it like this. Yeah, so. Okay. And then just going to cut it this way. All right, so what I'm going to do then is measure this out. This is 8.5 by 8.5. Now I know where to cut this cardstock at. I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna go ahead and raise up the arm here. I'm gonna place the back end of the to 8.5. I'm gonna press down on this little thing here to keep it in place. And now I should have 8.5 that way. Oh, well, that will go on the inside. What is that from? Yeah, man. So that's going to have to go on the inside, but I will keep it this way because something must have ink. Oh, there was something right here. Whoa. Have to clean that off. All right, so now that we have okay, so now we're going to pull this up, put it to 8.5. So there's lines in here. I'm lining it up with the line. Let me see. This is not going to work because let me turn. Is it this one? Well, this one's already cut too. So let me see which side is it that's needing to be cut down. And that's not enough to really, let me see. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use scissors for the other sides because yeah, that's my stomach saying, yeah, use scissors, honey. I'm going to turn it to the other side because, honey, I cannot see with the white against the white like that. All right, let's see. Make sure it's even. Okay. Okay, stomach, I hear you. Jeez. Oh, Lord. So after this video, I'm going to go and eat. Because, Lord, my stomach is trying to tell me something right now, right now, right now. I'm the worst scissor cutter ever. Okay? Like, in life. Yeah, I know this is like elementary, but cutting with scissors is not my ish. Alrighty, so we can go ahead and take this away. Set it over here for right now. Okay, now let's pull this back over. So now we have our cardstock with the little, so we're going to make sure this goes on the inside. Now I can finally go ahead and lay that out. So here we go. So you place the satin on top. This is where we're going to get back into our adhesive spray, our Super 77. All right. And this is why I'm leaving down this piece of, and I'm going to get some old tissue paper from the Dollar Tree, just some, like when you put your gifts into a bag type of thing. I'm going to put some of this down too and move all my other stuff back because it's a spray. So, see all my candles, I just did these. So let me move everything back. I'm going to move the satin away for right now. Move anything else that I don't want to get spray on. Okay. So this spray is extremely sticky. Extremely. It adheses very well. Okay. So we just want to be careful. Little tip here is clean off the nozzle. Okay. What I had happened to me was I didn't do that. Didn't do that at first. And baby, this thing sprays out in so many gosh darn directions that it's just amazing. Okay. So another tip is to take your trash can and do a spray just so you can see that the nozzle is nozzling. Okay. So I'm going to take my spray. I'm going to really just like that. Okay. You don't need a lot. Now I'm going to take my baby here. And I'm going to place. Now the problem is this, like I said, I'm going to reiterate that this stuff is super daggone sticky, okay? So once you lay it up there, ooh, you want to try to lay it where it's going to be. I'm also going to take away that stickier layer here because it does the job, okay? There's no denying that it does what it's supposed to do. This one needs to be pulled over. But the good thing is, you see what I just did? It comes right back up. So I'm going to go from the back. That makes more sense right now. And lay it flat here. And we did see, didn't say it was that easy, y'all. I just said it was something you could do. And this is why the Super 77 is a good deal, okay? Because, you know, any other type of adhesive, I'm just pulling it to make sure that it's go. All right, so I pull a little too much then. Coming from the front now. Okay. Now I'm just going to turn that over. I'm just going to spray it again. And this time I'm just spraying the edges. All right. And I'm going to pull back. Now here's the tricky part, right? Is when you go to pull back, right? And this is why I try to press it. And don't wear clothes that you like doing crafts, Lord. Now with the cloth on top of cloth, you may have to respray a little. And don't worry about the strings. As you can see, like I said, no. Okay. Oh, my back hurts. Now we knew when we went to cut, I knew that okay. Oh man, I hate that. That was that last little piece I just put down. Now, obviously the customer is not going to be worrying about that little piece, but I like it to be. So it's a little bit over here, so that's the hard part. I would say maybe make your image a little bigger then, just a tad. But then I did that and it, you know, it's cut off at the feet, so just maybe another 1/2 inch out. But I like that. So now I didn't sublimate right here, right? Because that's where the hole has to go. And actually, I'm going to remove this sticky stuff. Actually, what I'm going to use is a X-Acto knife because I feel more comfortable with doing it that way versus trying to use my scissors. Only because I don't want to fold the I don't want to fold this too much. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to have a bend to it and things like that. But this is so pretty. Wow. This is really nice. Okay, so here we go. I don't have to mark it because it's already marked for me by sublimating it by cutting a hole into the sublimation print, and then okay. Oh, there we go. So it's got a nice hole there, and it will fit on top of the cap now. Okay. Oh man, maybe it's all the same size, so that wouldn't matter either. But this is already pressed into this one, so I can't lift it up like you would normally be able to, because once I pressed it down, it's a little off actually. And like I said, these are not going to be put on the actual grad cap. But if I had a extra one, I could show you the real process, but I don't. This one's already been, I don't want to manipulate it too much because I don't want the strings to come out of here. And actually what I think I'm going to do is take a little bit of glue, take my fingers and bring back any leftover strands. But there you go. I'm on a journey to kindergarten. I guess what I could do, so I'm thinking, this is Nay's way here. What I could do is take a piece of cardstock. This is live, y'all. This is how it works in the studio here, honey. You gotta be prepared for whatever. So now I'm wondering if I could do this, right? And that'll be the back part, you know what I mean? And then, let's see, here. But I didn't want his elbow to be cut off either. That's a tough one. So I may do this over, actually. I may. But right now I'm just going to cut this out so I can show you the process. I'm thinking if I do it over, I can move him over a little bit more. And this would be the point of putting your dot in there and measuring out how far your hole should be from center. This is 8.5, so you know center is going to be 4.25. I mean 4.5. I mean, oh, hold on, wait a minute. Is that why? Okay, there we go. So, but that's not feeling like the middle to me. So, let me see. And I love a T ruler now. It's my favorite thing. So this is saying 8, not 8.5. So 4 would be the middle. So you would have to go 4 inches in, like maybe do a rectangle 4, make your circle on your cricket or your silhouette. But for right now, let me show you how this would look in general. So we're going to go ahead, once again, cut it out. I don't want to cut the satin. So, no, I didn't. So, yeah, there you go. Cut just a little bit. there we go. We would just take this and now tape it to the back. Not tape, but you know what I mean. Glue it to the back. Make sure that you can't see any blue from the front. Right? That's where that hole should have went. I'm gonna do it over. Just had a thought, y'all. That's all. But anyway, if you find yourself in this dilemma, and you don't feel like doing it over, this is what I'm doing in my head right now. If I don't want to do this over, if I'm a crafter and I find myself in this situation where my hole is off, what would I do? And what I'm thinking is, what I would do is this. I would place it up there where it's supposed to be, and I would actually just say F it and because I'm into making a way, honey. I don't know about y'all, but I'm trying to make a way over here. Okay. Clean that right on up. Mm-hmm. And you won't even be able to tell, honey. Yes. And I am telling you, I'm not going. Mm-hmm. I'm not living without you. Mm-hmm. And that's the way the cookie's gonna crumble. And then I'll take a couple of dollars off, you know, but just a couple. You know, a couple of dollars. But today I'm rebuking. I'm rebuking. Okay. I am rebuking it all. Okay. Rebuking, rebuking, rebuking. Can't nobody hold me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Yes. Broken glass everywhere. I am rebuking. Yes, in the name of Jesus. We are rebuking. We don't want no shenanigans over here. Okay? We don't want no shenanigans. We don't want no shenanigans, no shenanigans, no shenanigans. No, no. Obviously, the wetter you get that, the just gotta be careful not to touch the other parts with your gluey hands. Yes, I said gluey. There we go. Now, if this was a girl one, right, the way I would hide that would be some rhinestones right here, and nobody would know the difference, okay? But because we are a boy, we don't want to do all that. I my top off. I'm cutting myself because I'm the person who will cut themselves. All right. So, the just starting the business me would have done the whole thing over. Okay. And the I ain't got time for this me, and I ain't got the money for all that me, and a little blemish here is it shouldn't, one monkey don't stop the whole show. There you go. So with that being said, this is our graduation topper. I can just go over with you guys some things that could do differently. This could have been pulled back a little bit more, but I'm not doing all that. So when you saw how I went around and I was, pushing back the satin onto the adhesive that I sprayed the Super 77, right? You just have to be careful of making sure that you're pulling it back as tight as possible all the way around. Another thing I would say is that see, the bottom part, I gave it more space and it was too much space. Okay. And this side could have used a little bit more. So I would say just give yourself, as far as the image is concerned, just give yourself a couple of more, maybe a half an inch on each side more than the 8. This was an 8 by this was an 8 by 8. So I could have went maybe 8.5. Just to, make sure that as you're pulling it back, you have enough of the image so that that doesn't become a concern. But overall, I love the graphics on here. Doing it in Photoshop gives you that advantage of doing the gradient. Now you can do gradients in Silhouette Studio, but not the same way as you can do it in Photoshop. You can play around with a lot of textures. Like I did a texture there. If that's the paint splash, I was able to do multi colors in. So yeah. giving that this is an emboss, you know, making it kind of pop like a 3D, like the letters kind of like a 3D thing going on there. I'm on a journey. And then I played around with the name, like who, you know, for Gabby's, I think I said, what did I say with hers? I'm a Gabby girl on my way to a kindergarten world. So, you know, just play around with your quotes. Now, I'm going to do this because, hey, why not? I want to see if I would have waited until the whole thing was complete, right? The cardboard's on the back, everything's glued in. Would it have been easier to just curious? Make an indentation on the cardstock on the back. Which gives me a center. Whoa. Oh, there we go. Them daggone spammer telemarketer people mess up a good live. So right now I'm just trying to see if let me see, make sure you guys can see. Okay. So right now I'm just curious. I'm trying to give you guys multiple ways. You know, that's Nay's way of doing things, is having multiple ways, multiple streams of income, multiple ways to do things, right? So I'm wondering if, okay, I get to here and I didn't put the hole in there ahead of time. What are my options? What could I do? You know what I mean? Let's play with it. Don't play with it, but I want to play with it. I want to see what are our options here, okay? So let's see what the options can be. All right. So I want to see. The options could be. Come on with me and let's see what the options can be. Nice. So I'm actually going to go a little smaller on the satin though, right? And then that way we have enough to kind of fold back. Okay. So I'm going to cut from this one. And my goal is to right? I kind of don't want to cut through to the satin. I kind of just want the cardstock. Oh, but I still cut through to the satin. Oh well. But no, I achieved what I was trying to do. So I always want to cap this because, honey, it'll be like me versus the X-Acto. So it's giving what I want it to give here. So what you could do is do that. This is another way, okay? We were talking about ways here. The Ways and Means Committee. So there we go. And then you could add another piece of cardboard in the back so it doesn't look funky. So once you pull back your satin, so it's nice and pretty. Moving all the, my only suggestion here would probably be to take your finger with the Super 77 and just kind of spray it on your finger and spray it around here. All right. Take a finger that doesn't have any up there and kind of pull it back. That looks good. And then just keep doing that around. Keep doing that around the parts that have major stringage. Bringing it back and placing it on your Super 77. Okay, so that looks good. Just gonna roll my finger across the back here. And there we go. Nice and clean, you know what I mean? So, and then what I would do is put another piece of cardstock. I'll probably go with pink for this one. So you're looking at about 3 pieces of cardstock, okay? Then you could do the back. I'm not going to because this is just a photo type of, situation. When I take it out to show people, like, this is what it will look like. This is that. So there you go. You've got a graduation top cap, graduation cap topper, just like that. All right. So that concludes this video. And the next video coming up is going to be, I think, we've already did our candles. These came out really nice. They smell really good. Yeah, they smell good. This is a rose. We already did our candles. All right, so that's the end of this video, guys. Once again, what you need is your satin. You can purchase off of Amazon. Depends on how much you want, but you know, I think I pay like $8.99. Once I get my Shopify store set up, then I will have links to everything underneath, so you can go to my store and buy that stuff. You get your Super 77 from Home Depot or whatever hardware store that you shop in. Super 77. And your cardstock, you can go to Hobby Lobby and get that, or Amazon, of course. If you need a cutter, this is an Amazon Basics, maybe like $20. And what else? You need your sublimation paper. Make sure to mirror your image. And that's about it. So about 3 pieces of cardstock, adhesive, and sublimation paper, and satin. That's what you need for this project. Alrighty. Thank you, guys. I'll see you later.